Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you doing today?
Fantastic, fantastic. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by moonstream.com. But first things first, man, or else my audience will be disappointed. We got to play the theme music. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destination DeFi. And today we're going to talk to the creators of moonstream.com, or the creator.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, the founder, just one of the team, but
Okay.
creation goes to everyone, right? All the devs on the team.
And before we get started, let me give a shout out to Crypto DB, man, because he said he set this up, and he speaks very highly of you guys.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been great working with him. We're doing a Twitter Spaces with him tomorrow, for anyone watching. Feel free to
I'll be
check
there.
in on that.
I'll be there.
But we're glad to be here tonight, and it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, man. So tell me a little bit about your project.
Yeah, so my name's Jay. I'm the founder of moonstream.com.
Okay.
Jay is spelled GEX, incredibly confusing family name. But
Gotcha.
for those that ever see it pop up against the screen, that's me. I'm the same guy. And Moonstream, yeah, it's a new way for creators, viewers, and backers to create shows, watch them, and be rewarded. So really, we're just using blockchain to do what it's good at. And
Okay.
we're letting creators do what they're good at. We're letting viewers do what they're good at. We kind of, a creator, a viewer, and a backer, it's three important parts of the kind of entertainment triangle, right?
Okay.
And currently it's a pretty kind of a one-way street, especially on the viewer side. So with Moonstream, what we're doing is pretty straightforward. We're saying, hey, filmmakers, producers, you have a great show idea.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Bring it here and pitch it. Think Kickstarter meets Netflix for Web3, right?
Okay.
And then there's an NFT collection that backs that film, and backers are able to browse films and ones they like, films or shows, they can pledge towards that project. And if the project meets
Okay.
its minimum budget,
Okay, so this is
then
this is hold on. Okay, so let me make sure I fully understand this, because this is kind of mind blowing. So people can put together their short films, or whatever project, and then they can
yep,
get backing for them.
exactly. That's right. And they
So
just they use an NFT collection to reward the backers. So as a backer, you can say, "Hey, I dig this project. I love what this guy did with the short. Now he's doing a feature. I'm
hmm
gonna like pledge to that project. It meets the minimum budget, and then the backers have their NFTs released to them, and they hold their NFT that kind of represents their stake in that project. And that could be a stake that gets rewarded as it's viewed, or it's just a stake that's kind of a collectible art piece, depending on what the filmmaker put up there. But now they've got an NFT that they're like, hey, this represents kind of my stake for backing this creator that I love their stuff. That
right.
creator goes and makes it. We have a stream portal on the site. So
hmm
then once he makes it, it comes to the site and viewers can watch it and enjoy. And at any point in the process, those backers can trade. We have an NFT marketplace for any films or shows that were kind of funded this way, and they can be traded on that marketplace. Kind of calling it Film 3. So we're taking everyone knows the Web3 term, but we're applying it to film.
Hey, film three. What? I like
That's
it. Okay,
right. That's
I
right.
like
And
it.
as far as the viewers go, instead of like Netflix or Hulu, where you're kind of just, it's really just a one way street, right? You
Right.
you sit down on your computer, your couch, you flip on the TV, and you eat some chips and you watch, and that's it. You like a show, you don't. It doesn't really matter to the people on the other side because there's not really that feedback outside of whether they get canceled or not. But with
hmm
with Moonstream, we think hey, viewers are a really important part of this process, and as such, we're kind of creating this kind of watch to earn model,
Right.
which is this idea that as a viewer, you're playing an important role, and there's a couple of different ways that plays out. So we're starting out with ideas of doing, we're taking kind of like high value NFTs from the marketplace, inserting them as Easter eggs in the background of films. If you kind of like spot that NFT, then you get
Oh
to
wow. Okay.
claim it for that month, right? Or hey, stream 4 minutes a day, And if you do that, then you're in the running to win, you know, the NFT of the week or a whitelist giveaway. So that way you're kind of like getting something back for your interaction as a viewer. We're also exploring kind of like viewer participation with some show ideas where people can do kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. You know, hey, something happens and like people could be like, right, he opens the door or he doesn't open the door, or you know.
Yo, I just had an idea. But go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, I think you can see like some pretty creative. I mean, it pops in everyone's head, right? Like the horror flick, right? Like there's so many of those like kind of branches where it's like they could go this way, they could go that way.
Right.
I think it brings like a lot of creative opportunities in. And then further things, you know, we have ideas, and really it's that element of it I think will develop as creators come on the platform and start doing this. But you know, from putting stuff in and letting viewers come out and be on set or interact with the crew, just really creating that kind of communication and feedback and community that Web3 is so good at, but is really lacking in your current film world. So there's a lot of ways I think that kind of the Web3 community aspect in blockchain can really change how we like make and interact with media. And that's what we're doing with Moonstream. We're brand new. We're getting ready to launch. And I'm happy to talk about it. Glad to be here.
Hey man, you know, let me go ahead and give you a Don DeMarco for that. Don DeMarco. And in the words of my good friend Bricks.
Woo, there it is.
That's right.
So you know what? This is different. How did you guys come up with this idea?
It's definitely different than.
Well, first, how many team members are there?
Yeah, so I'm the founder, and then we have 3 kind of developers, and then we have another guy kind of on the admin side helping with just different kind of organizational stuff that's cropped up a ton, right, as we're growing quickly. We had this idea. I had this idea originally. I kind of got into blockchain like a year and a half ago. I have a past in film and also in kind of IT, network security, cybersecurity stuff. Always been entrepreneurial in nature, run a couple companies in the film industry, worked some films, did some micro budgets, and then also got into kind of the network security scene about a decade ago when the cloud was becoming a really big thing. And started a network security kind of IT firm that's US based, serves clients across the US, and then did some real estate stuff. But I have a passion for film. I've always enjoyed my dabbles in that world. Right. And I always thought there was a massive opportunity for technology to change the way films are made and consumed. And you know, with the internet, I was like, hey, it's just a matter of time. I was always kind of looking for that opportunity. And it wasn't until I came across blockchain that I was like, this is the thing. This is the perfect thing. And it just made so much sense, right? And that's why I was like, you know, really films are funded the same way now that they were 100 years ago. And I'm not even exaggerating in that sense, right? You have like major studios and you've got people that have a lot of money or willing to risk making films or shows.
But the process is pretty archaic. You know?
It's pretty much the same. The same bottlenecks exist. And I think the way that crypto has changed finance, you know, opening up a lot of those bottlenecks, that's what got me into blockchain. Was I actually came to it through the networking side. Right. I was like, hey, I got kind of into IPFS, and I was like, this is really interesting to see kind of ways that we can sort of, you know, get past some of these bottlenecks we have with top level domains right now, and kind of this idea of owning domains and routing them. Right. And then I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole. Everyone's got like a different way they got into crypto, right? Like, they did something, and then it like led to something else. And there's probably a couple of chain nights on Twitter where you're just like click, 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 click.
Usually starts with like somebody saying something, you telling them it's bullshit, and then all of a sudden you download a Coinbase account or whatever.
Exactly. And you're like, whoa, this is awesome.
And then comes the world of DeFi. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Then you lose all of your normal friends because they're tired of hearing about it, and you make new internet friends. Yeah.
Hold on. Give this man a hand, everybody.
It's the way of the world. Yeah.
He gets it, man. Oh my God.
But yeah, once I got into it, I was just like, this is perfect. It makes so much sense for film. You know, open accounting is what blockchain's good at. We say in Moonstream a lot, we're like, hey, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to take things that are really, really good at what they do. Blockchain is awesome at open accounting. And the reason that's so important for film is because part of the reason it hasn't changed is because there's actually a term, you can Google it. It's called Hollywood accounting. Yeah. And in the film industry, we have a saying that, the real creatives, they're not the screenwriters, they're the accountants. Because the most successful film makes no money.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna need you to run that one back. Hold on. Say that one more time.
The most creative people in Hollywood aren't the screenwriters, they're the accountants.
Wow.
That's right. And that's how you have, films like Return of the Jedi, any other, really a lot of your top films out there, you'll see that actually never made money, which is why you'll get, like, if you kind of pay attention to the news, you'll see like some actors suing some studio, like on and off pretty much all the time, right? And it's over the creative accounting, right? Because it's like,
dude, I used to read Variety.
Exactly.
And it's like, again?
Someone else. Okay, they're up, and then I don't know, they get something out of it, and the reason that is because basically, whoever makes that film, it could be a well-intentioned filmmaker, and you see this a lot in the indie scene. They'll be like, hey, I've got this idea, and they get these backers, and they're like, I'm so well-intentioned, and they are, and they make this movie. But then when they go to sell it for distribution, they sell it to this guy, and he turns around and sells it to that guy, and all these sub-companies sell it to each other, and the profits are shielded all the way back. And all of a sudden, the original investors never make a dime off the film.
He gets nothing.
Even though the film's made a lot of money, it just doesn't flow back to them. And so it's like, hey, blockchain is kind of a no-brainer here. Also, from the investment side, I mean, blockchain opens up the world for the ability of what we're talking about, which is where, hey, you're a creator. Let's put my film to be funded on this portal. And then all of these kind of micro investment backers across the world can put a little bit of money in, and we make the budget. Trying to do that in traditional finance, I mean, if you're like, hey guys, like, let me get 20,000, 10,000 people together, and we're all gonna chip in a couple bucks to make this movie. Now I'm gonna try to like do the math when we like, make a little money and try to divvy that up, 10 to 20,000 ways. It'd be a massive headache. It'd be impossible. Imagine doing that like once a day, once a week, once a month, even once a year would be so painful.
It'd be a headache and a half.
Yeah. With blockchain, it's as simple as writing one program. And that's what we've done. So it's like we've got a kind of an automated programmatic accounting method on our site where it's like, hey, if you are a creator and you want to back your film with an NFT and you want to reward your backers for the funds that come in as part of our streaming portal, well, every film has a wallet attached to it. So when viewers watch and stream the film, any of the funds from that streaming, it goes into the wallet for that film. And then there's a program that sits on that wallet and just programmatically, automatically says, hey, who holds the NFTs that represent this film? We're just going to distribute these funds out to whoever is holding that. And programmatic and automatically, you've now got 10, 20,000 micro backers that can get behind a project and be rewarded hourly, daily, weekly, whatever you want. It's just it's one simple program. Wouldn't be possible even 10 years ago, but it is now. Which is pretty cool.
Hey man, that's tight, man. Now I don't know if you know what? Let me get to these comments real quick. Hey, shout out to Crypto DB.
Hey,
my man. Let me lick a shot for DB. What? All right. Let's see. Oh, Alex. This is our holder at Jigsaw token, Alex.
Yeah, there we go. You can always tell a good holder, right? Doesn't matter what's being talked about.
Yeah, man. It never fails. Shout out to Alex. And yes, that's my moderator, Trey. Shout out to Trey. The best moderator in the game. And no, you bastards can't have him, guys, out there watching. Okay? I'm keeping him. And I pay him well. All right? So, yes, smash that like button, subscribe, and do hit the notification bell on your way out. Or if you're right now, you know what I mean? There's no time like the present, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And we do have Moonstream in the building. But let me tell you something, my guy. I'm broke. All right? So what I have to do as a broke man, I got to show commercial. All right?
Got to do it.
All right. Let me do this professionally.
Let's hope it's not for something weird. I didn't know what I signed up for, you know.
Hey, trust me, you're gonna love this. Hold on.
All right.
I gotta be professional now. Hold on.
That's right.
And we'll be right back after these messages. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And we got moonstream.com in the building. So here's my question. How'd you meet DB? How did you even come across?
Yeah, came across him on Twitter, right? As you're constantly scrolling and following and clicking, and it was actually one of our team members came across one of his spaces, and that's kind of how we got connected, and then how we ended up landing here.
Oh, okay. He's all right.
Yeah, just all right. He's listening, so we gotta say nice things. But
DB's the man. Yeah. DB's the man.
Real class act.
Yeah, right. He's I'm naming my firstborn after him. All right. Let's see. Oh, shout out to Rob T. Thank you. That's my guy. A very loyal holder. And I'm sure he'll be taking advantage of moonstream.com services. And we do have another gentleman on our team by the name of the Architect. And we have a very interesting project ourselves called JIGSAW Token. And that's why I had my wheels are turning.
That's
so
right.
I think there's going to be some collaborations in the future.
Awesome.
DB. Oh yes, there is a live Twitter space Monday night with Moonstream. I will be there.
I'll be there.
No applause, guys, out there. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, now, so far, what have you guys done as far as what are there any notable pieces of media that you guys have?
So we are brand new, and our goal is not to produce the media ourselves. So at this stage, we really only started talking about stuff publicly a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. We did kind of a very un-Web3 thing, which is instead of building up a ton of hype and getting releasing a token and trying to bring in a bunch of a following and then building something, we actually built it before we really started talking about it.
Hold on. So you have a utility before you came out.
That's right. We got something to back up the talk.
And to all these other projects that don't, this is for you. All right. Take notes, people. Okay, this is how
I
it's. You don't
yeah.
want to take every. It's not like every. Hey, let's take everybody's money and then decide.
What
Hey,
should we do
what should we
with
do?
a minor percentage of what we took in? Yeah.
Right, right. Jeez.
Yeah, our whole team's doxxed, and I just for me personally, the way I work, I wouldn't feel comfortable getting out and being like, hey, this is sweet when it's not really proven that we can
Right.
do it. So we got together, earlier this year and really started working out the whole business model, how we're going to build up the infrastructure, all of that. And then we built like the bare bones of the platform, actually built the funding portal at the end of June. We're like, hey, all right, we've like built all this. Now let's make sure that test our theory here, right? Like make sure that people are actually into this concept that we think is really cool, but let's make sure other people think it's cool. So then we did just a kind of a surprise out of the nowhere NFT launch for what we call our Moonstream Monkey NFTs. And we used our funding portal and we said, and the Moonstream Monkeys, they're kind of like the community NFT of Moonstream.
Can I ask a question? What is it with the NFT world like fascination with
gotta love animals, right?
Why?
Like, this is the thing. I liked monkeys before they were NFTs, so
I guess
that's a lame excuse, but it just is. No, I mean, really where this one came out of, and kind of the reason of the Moonstream Monkeys is because, hey, we're a film platform, right? Which is steeped in like theater, all that jazz. So we kind of had this funny idea. We're like, hey, for this launch to kind of pitch this to people, make sure they're into it. What we're going to do is like, we knew we wanted to have an NFT collection that represented like kind of community member stake and gave holders of those NFTs voting rights on content when we do film festivals and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they could they have extra kind of voting and say on what comes on the platform. And our concept behind the Moonstream Monkeys was like, hey, a bunch of monkeys living on the moon. The story we put behind them was like 1 million monkeys, 1 million keyboards. They typed out the works of William Shakespeare and then they peed all over the place and broke all the computers. So all they're left with is the works of William Shakespeare. And now they're trying to put on Monkey Macbeth. That was like the fake film project that we launched. Yeah.
Hold on. What? That's next level.
Yeah, so that's why monkeys, right? I mean, who else to type out Shakespeare's work? So it was kind of this like fake film project that we used the live funding portal that we built that could launch real films, and we were like, hey, we're gonna launch this like fake, Monkey Macbeth film kind of NFT community collection.
Right.
We had no hype, no followers, so we did like a 1-day Brave browser ad on the Brave browser to see what happened, and yeah, we got great community traction out of that. That's where our whole initial kind of community base came from. Ended up actually, the mint process and everything went towards further development of the platform. Brought in like 25 to 30,000 just in that 1-day ad with no hype or any kind of previous stuff, which is really cool. And it was just really affirming that like, hey, yeah, people are into this. I mean, people jumped on board, jumped in Discord. They're really jazzed about the idea. They thought, everyone's like, this is like kind of, you're like, why haven't we done this before? Right. Like, this is a great way. Everyone watches stuff. So don't you want to own a piece of what you watch,
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I've seen it done in music. Like for instance, like I'm a big hip hop fan. So I'm a De La Soul. I know their last album was crowdfunded.
Yep.
Because they couldn't get any. Well, they were in dispute with the label, so they said, "Well, we'll do it independently," and got funding from just some crowdsourcing.
100%, and it's the same market, right? Like people that were listening to that music before now just have an opportunity to buy into the kind of creation of that process. And I mean with the creative space, I think that kind of blockchain and how that applies to the creative space is really blowing up right now. I think that's kind of like the next, in my opinion, that's going to be a big part of the next wave that moves things forward. Right. You're seeing it in film. You're definitely seeing it in music. I mean, there's a couple of projects that have kind of this idea, a similar kind of like platform idea to what you're describing with this band, but instead of a band having to like create this on their own, I think it's Audius or something like that, and then I can't remember. I have a list somewhere. There's a couple of different platforms that are like trying to do this kind of like Web3 music thing. I saw Tory Lanez do it with NFTs. Yeah.
I think he sold like they sold them for like $1 or something like that, and sold them like 1 million of them in
Yeah.
a matter of minutes. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an artist and you have a following, it is a great way to kind of become a little bit kind of your own man, I guess, so to speak, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, you've got a following that wants to support you, they like what you do. You can sell a collection and keep doing what you do.
It's kind of a spinoff of just the independent, entertainment mindset as a whole. I mean, because now you have successful actors and actresses that are financing their own project. They're not, they don't need the studio.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
absolutely.
pretty much just
And
do it themselves.
I think that with film, where Moonstream stands apart a little bit is the global aspect of it, right? Like, it's never been easier to create a high quality production.
Right.
I mean, it's never. I mean, you and I are talking on like 4K cameras right now, and it's like probably
Right.
something we bought, off Amazon or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's a similar thing in the film world. There's never been like kind of the lowest bar of entry to buying high quality camera equipment, high quality audio equipment, putting something together. But those bottlenecks are still there. I mean, if you live in the middle of nowhere and you're really good at what you do with film, like, good luck. Like, probably still aren't going to have the connections to make it happen, right? And I think with something like Moonstream, that could change, right? Like, you could have someone that lives in the middle of nowhere and whatever continent, doesn't matter, and they could put something together and they put it up there, and if people like it, then they've got a chance for a really big break. We want to see a lot of stuff come through the fund portal. We think what creators can do with that is pretty big. Just having tons of projects there. It's pretty exciting. What can be done.
Yeah,
But,
I think
yeah.
you guys might be on to something here, man.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, so we launched our NFT thing, and we got some great support from that. We do have a token coming down the road, like a community, the Moonstream coin. We've not launched that yet. I know that you guys talk a lot about that on Destination DeFi, different project tokens and stuff. So we don't have a token to shield anyone today.
Hold on. You came here without a token? What? Jeez, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't
man?
kick me out, right? I was like, why did I even tune in? But it will come, right? And I also, what we are prophesying is, I mean, really, it's Moonstream is going to be an awesome place for people. I think a one-stop portal for people to check out some really cool projects that are launching. Like I said, the next wave, in my opinion, of what's pushing kind of blockchain adoption is in the creative space. So being able to get in there and see what kind of projects these creators are launching and what you can kind of like get behind and own a piece of. No one's doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but still, no token.
No, but still no token. Win token. It's coming. No. It'll come down the chain at the right time. Right. Yeah, pun intended.
Awesome. So you guys an LLC or
We are. So our team's US based. We're an LLC right now. Of course, we are doing kind of, wanting to make sure we do our token release the right way. Yeah. So we have a law firm putting together all the stuff related to that. I'm not going to get too much into that because it's not all ironed out completely yet, but we've got some great counsel, and we'll have a couple different, like a token issuance company and a couple things like that in the lines that make sure we get it done right.
Can you imagine like if this token hits like major exchanges? That would be great. Because I've seen like what's the one? It's a gaming token. Axie, is it Axie? Is it Axie?
Atlas.
There's a couple. I know there's Atlas. I know Atlas Earth.
Yeah.
But there's a couple gaming tokens. Can't think of it right now.
Yeah,
but they've hit major exchanges. Actually, it's funny because I did like a little coin, those little Coinbase quizzes.
Yep.
Yeah, I did one of those today for it. But I've noticed that just the real life use case for mass adoption, is gonna basically walk us into mass adoption. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, something that has utility that makes sense to people. I think that something kind of, as you want to talk about adoption, from the Moonstream side, we've got kind of 3 tiers for our viewer side, and that's like where we see a lot of adoption coming in, right? Like with this watch to earn thing, it's like, hey, you can connect your wallet. Your wallet's your like public key, so as you're watching, that's how we're able to be like, okay, hey, these wallets are the ones that are winning stuff, getting airdrop stuff, whatever. Right. But we have kind of a default option on the site. So our 3 tiers are privacy ads, and then there's like a 5-day subscription, a 30-day subscription. Privacy ads is this idea that like, hey, you might not want to pay anything. It's totally free. You can watch stuff on the site. But you just have to watch a 5 or 10 second ad before. But instead of being like, hey, what's your birth date and your firstborn and your blood type, we're lining up advertisers where it's like, hey, everyone that day will see the same 1 or 2 ads. There's like the advertiser of the day, kind of trying to respect privacy, but then still let you watch stuff for free with ad supported elements. But a percentage of that ad revenue all goes back to giveaways for the watch to earn. But what we're doing is, initially when you come to the site, you can just start watching. You don't even have to know what a blockchain is.
I noticed that. Yeah.
You just click play. You can start watching titles. You don't have to know what a wallet is, right? And the idea is to make it really easy for anyone, hey, my grandma, to get on there and click to watch something and immediately just be able to like start checking something out. And then as time goes on, be like, hey, what's this like watch to earn thing? Maybe I connect or hey, like I really like this show and this creator's doing this other launch. Like maybe I'm gonna go bother and get a wallet now and like actually back this new project. So I think there's a really cool onboarding ramp from an adoption perspective.
You guys found
that we can bring.
You guys might have found the cheat code, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah. And speaking of cheat codes that we did find, that's pretty cool. We feel like we found a cheat code in what we're doing with our content library because a platform like this, to fund a project, you then have to wait a while for it to be made, right? So it's kind of a long burn with no content. So what we ended up doing was going and getting a ton of these like classic films. So if you go to the site right now, because we haven't launched any original funded projects yet.
Okay.
If someone were to go to the site right now, and I can share my screen or whatever if you want me to. Yeah, sure. I'll show folks what's going on.
And while we're waiting on that, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash the like button. It's free. Okay. And if you don't smash the like button, this noise is for you. All right. Now, let's see here. Here we go.
All right. So this is the live site right here at moonstream.com. You can check it out today. We have viewing disabled as far as like if you were to click one of these, you wouldn't actually be able to like watch the film. We are about to launch the ability to connect and pre-subscribe, but we loaded it with a bunch of classic film titles.
You have to get licensing for these and.
No, so what's really cool is a lot of all these films are in the public domain.
The public domain? Get out of here.
Just really high quality films, right? And we've got things like, Heroes Who Ape, Not Gonna Make It, Degen Delights, some of the best, worst movies ever made. I mean, come on, Laser Mission, Santa Conquers the Martians. There's some good stuff in here. At least have a drink and sit back and enjoy it.
Something tells me the Leprechaun will be on there soon.
Yeah, at some point, right? Yeah. And of course, Wagby classics, and you can't forget Scared Ape Couch Cub with some of your classic horrors, right? Among some other, we got the bull market coming, so we had to put some westerns in there to help the bull market along. But yeah, the idea is that hey, someone can come in here and start watching. They can connect their wallet to subscribe. Once they're ready to do that, as you can see, we've got it split into 3 sections. Really, we've got a fund portal where there'll be the projects launching that are to be funded. The market section is where you'll be able to trade the NFTs that represent films, and then the watch portal, you can just kind of watch and enjoy whatever you want to watch and enjoy. Of course, if you watch this up here, this is our explainer video.
I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go check it out. You'll be able to kind of like learn a little something about the platform, some fun little stick figures. We got some more information down here about how Moonstream works. So overall it's pretty neat. We think it's a pretty creative way to kind of engage viewers and get some content that's fun for everyone right out of the gate. It's fun. And again, that's why we're able to do things like Easter eggs where we insert them in the background because it's all public domain. So it's I think we want to just be like a fun time for people. And then as we line up and launch these projects, I think it's going to be really cool.
Well, make some noise, everybody. All right. Now, here's what I need from you. I see how you did the stick figure thing. Like that was cool.
You gotta love it.
So I need you to put together a commercial for my show. For Moonstream. I need it to be anywhere between 30 and 45 seconds, and I can add you to my reel.
Just stick it in there, right?
That's it. I can do it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
If
hope
I were to
you,
do it, just be like on a sketch pad. I'd actually
yeah,
have to
you
get
guys
someone talented to do it. But
put something together. Put something together. I know you got a squad over there.
we got someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got give me something that I can add. You saw all the projects that were in there, so I want to throw you guys in there.
Yeah.
Give me some 30 to 45 seconds, and boom,
We'll
problem
make it
solved.
happen.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to give any shout outs while you're here?
Hey, I'll shout out to all our Moonstream monkey holders because what's been really cool is coming out of nowhere with no followers. These are the people that kind of saw that ad for 24 hours and they were like, this is a great project. Been super supportive. It's been really fun over in our Discord with a lot of those kind of core community members that have just like bought and just been really jazzed about every step of the project. So it's cool to have a project at the point that we are.
Yeah.
We're just really excited to keep building and kind of launch something new for folks. Excited about our business model. We're really building with sustainability in mind. So we're not like, hey, we hope that like we just launch a token and then we make a bunch of money and we walk away, right? Like the whole idea here is from day one, starting with baby steps, building up. The whole watch to earn thing isn't like we're just like trying to fund that all from our own pockets and like build this Ponzi scheme. But instead, it's like, hey, we have these films. There's going to be these ads. Every revenue that comes in, a percentage of that revenue it goes to the watch to earn pool. Yeah. And what's really fun is we get to start being like, hey, what's your favorite token? What's your favorite NFT? We get to start sweeping those up and just giving them back to viewers. And because of the privacy ads aspect, that's just a sustainable model to keep things rolling. A portion of every view, the funds that come in are all going to the creators that create these projects. Mm-hmm. And I think as you start to see real kind of marketing, real opportunity coming for these creators through the dispersion of funds coming into the platform, I think it's really going to make people excited. And as you start to see that roll back to backers, it opens up a whole new opportunity for what you're getting in and what you're able to kind of swap and have moon for you from your portfolio. So
you guys, man, I've been blessed enough to be able to have some of the best freaking projects on my show, man.
Yeah.
the things that you guys are doing, man, is I don't get how people are sleeping on it.
Yeah.
Like it baffles me. It baffles me. Like I mean, with you guys, like the Pocket Cows, like Heroes, us, JIGSAW,
yeah,
like
that's right.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, are people high? Like
a lot of people are, but
yeah. Like people are on some kind of substance.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's like, well, this is what we'll do. We'll just go chase the shit coin of the week. It's like, what? Like, what are you doing?
It comes around, right? At some point, you wake up and those games just make sense and everyone jumps in. Yeah, I mean, when we started building, it was kind of honestly perfect timing for us. It sucks, right? Like people are like, not that we love a bear market, but it's a great time to build because at that point it's like,
my bags are packed.
It clears the floor and you've got people that are really dedicated. Your followers, yeah.
Hold on. Let me say it louder. My bags are packed.
That's the way to do it. That's the time to buy. But really, as a project, launching in this time, it's like it's awesome because the people that are here are really here. Like they want to see the project grow. They know the potential, and you don't have to deal with just this constant. You're not like kind of starting at the top and then the floor drops out from under you and like all your community's pissed at you.
I mean, the interesting thing is like I've seen how like we've got some solid holders, man. We're holding the floor pretty nicely. Our floor pretty nicely. So right now, and everybody's just accumulating more and more and more. Like they know who they are. Like this fool here, like he's loaded up. He's loaded up, and this one too. All right, and DB won't let me know exactly how many tokens he has, but I know he does. Yeah. I know he has a ton. I mean, I got two wallets. I got one named Oprah and one named Lizzo. So we're ready to go. I'm ready to go.
That's great.
He said, wait, did I hear that correct? A utility before launching? Take note, people. A project that thinks before launching. Yes, thank you. I mean, it ain't for everybody,
Sometimes just you got to launch and rug, but not us, but seems to be the way for a lot of people.
Yeah, man. You know, I've seen some interesting things this week in crypto. I'm like, you bought that?
They basically told you they were gonna run, but sometimes you're like, hey man, at least they're being honest about it. You
Hey,
still try to ride that short wave.
dude, I can't wait till you meet my boy Briggs. He has a very interesting story.
Yeah. Hey, all I'll say is I think I have I think I have a better track record than anyone of if you want to know when to sell your meme coin, it's whenever I buy. I have the absolute best ability of buying any meme coin at the top and the absolute top. Like I've tried a couple times, it's terrible. Whether it's stocks or meme coin, no, it wasn't for me. So I was like, we got to build something real. The riding that wave is not in my skill set.
You know, it's kind of funny, man. You know, in this super duper degen DeFi.
Yeah, that's right.
It's interesting how fast these coins come and then how fast they fade away when they're in the bear. Like, see, we launched at the bottom of ETH.
Yep.
So we launched at rock bottom. Like I think
that's a good place to be.
Yeah, it was perfect. So there was nowhere else to go but up. You know what I mean?
Get it.
So we were blessed enough to do that. I mean, I think and shout out to the host for timing that perfectly, man.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, man. So oh, look at this. Fuck you, Inu. Yes. My boy did get honeypotted in a token called it's spelled FAQYU. That's exactly how it's spelled.
Yeah, you kind of had to know that was coming.
Yeah. Pretty much. Man. Anything else you want to share with us, man? Because I'm blown away, and I will be at the on the Twitter space tomorrow.
Great, awesome. Yeah, hey, check it out. Jump on in. I think if you're checking this out right now, as far as in September 2022, I'd follow us on Twitter because we got some big things coming. If you like gains, I would check us out and see what we have coming down the pipeline. If you're checking this video out in a year from now, you're in 2023.
Slap yourself.
Yeah, don't wait. Yeah, go, do it right now. We've already dropped some cool stuff. Jump on board.
Hold on. It's not financial advice, and we're not financial advisors.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. This is pure fiction, I guess. I don't know. We'll stick with that disclaimer.
Hold on. Here we go. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna talk to you backstage, man. This has been fun. I like what you guys are doing. It's different. It's new. It's innovative, man. Hey, everybody watching right now, that's the website. Go check them out.
Hey, thank you.
Hold on, let me say it louder. Go check it out right here for all you slow people. All right. Hey, moonstream.com, and they're doing some major things. Let me check these last couple comments. Hold on. It's Sol and ETH giveaway in the space. Oh yeah.
We didn't even actually talk about this. Like,
on
that note, we're doing a giveaway tomorrow, Sol and ETH, because Moonstream is cross-chain. So we're building this to totally support whether you're a Solana user or an Ethereum user. There's a lot of creatives in both spaces that are wanting to launch projects, and we're like, hey, why limit it? A platform like this isn't about a single blockchain. It's about a concept that works, and it works on both these large chains. We'll probably expand in the future. But out of the gate, we plan to support Solana and Ethereum. Our marketplace, we're building that so that you can buy NFTs, that represent these films on whatever kind of wallet you use, and using Wormhole, pull it over to it. So there's just like a really cool kind of, I think, cross-chain movement happening in a lot of the spaces.
I'm noticing that too.
It just makes sense. It's like, why stick to one chain, right? Like if you're building something amazing, you're building a really cool show, a really cool film, and you have your reasons for being on Ethereum or Solana, awesome. We want you on board. Jump in. We want to put you on our platform, put you in the marketplace, and as kind of everyday users like us, being able to jump on a platform and connect to either wallet and not have to go like spin a different wallet up from what we use every day, just really makes it a lot more fun and accessible for everyone. So yeah, we're doing a Sol and ETH giveaway tomorrow, kind of in honor of the cross-chain vibes.
All right. Just to let you guys know that are watching right now, I already won. All right.
Boom
I
shakalaka.
Okay.
think it was the Oprah wallet. Yeah.
It's going to Lizzo. You know,
Yeah.
it's like going to Lizzo. Send it over to Lizzo. She's a
Yeah,
little
there we
hungry.
go. There we go.
She's a little
Yeah.
hungry today. She's slightly
when
hungry.
you
today.
bleed, you need a giveaway win.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, guys. Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Destination DeFi. Once again, check out moonstream.com. We're not financial advisors. We don't give financial advice. We just tell you what's dope. All right.
That's right.
Everybody, I want to just say
We're here for the memes.
we're here for the memes.
That's right.
But we're also here for utility people.
Yeah.
Okay?
There we go.
Yeah. The utility lasts a lot longer than shitcoin.
Way longer.
Way longer. So if you guys are in a project right now, currently, that has utility, and you just don't see this chart flying like everybody thinks it's always supposed to. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you sell too early, you're gonna be pissed.
That's right. Takes time.
I did it one time, and that was the dumbest thing I ever did. Could have had 6 figures, but I panic sold like an idiot.
Hurts.
See, I do this, and I think about it every time I want to throw stuff.
You wake up in the morning.
I want to throw stuff, man. God. But all right, thank you. All right, Husa. All right.
Just calm down, center yourself.
Yeah. All right.
Well, on that note too, we've all done it, right? And I will tell you, that's one of the reasons I was like, I got to start this Moonstream thing because, if you have a slap me sound effect queued up, that's going to work perfect for this because someone gave me the Bitcoin white paper at the end of 2009 and I read the whole thing and I thought it was awesome. And then I forgot about it for 10 years.
Hold on, man.
Brutality.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to talk about what you think about, sometimes you're like, oh man, I'm such an idiot. All that to say, not making that mistake again. And with Moonstream, I was like, we're doing this all the way. So don't let go. Find something that's got real use and grind on it.
So when you found it a year later, this is how you sounded?
Exactly. Yeah.
A nice long cry.
Just probably about 3 times that length. But yeah.
Dang.
Hey, can't live in the past.
Man, fuck that. No. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Destination DeFi, man. Hey, I'll talk to you backstage, brother. Hey, peace, love, and
Awesome.
crypto. We out of here.